Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing tonight? It looks like the USA decided it was time to bomb Iran, and oh boy, did we. Report right now that's coming in straight out of Sean Hannity says that we ended up dropping 6 GBU 57s. That is that would be 6 30,000-pound bombs on top of the Isfahan facility. Trump is set to address the nation tonight here in the next 15 minutes. I've got that feed that's going to be pulled up for you guys. It is not going live yet. I got a feeling he's going to be right on time for this one, although politicians most of the time aren't. Sorry for having my nerd glasses on. They're actually blue light glasses. Studio lights and TV screens and cameras and all that other crap tends to be a bit. I'm doing my absolute best to make sure that I'm able to get to like most of your guys' comments and everything like that. As we go about addressing this, I want to give a quick shout out to everybody because you guys have already dropped a buttload, came in donating Speak the Truth memberships. Taurus came in saying the mop has happened. Army Lurst dropping in at 10. Lady Tiger says, thanks for the coverage. Rangers rule. Hell yeah, bro. Coming in, becoming a true supporter. House of Karma, gifting out 10. John Wilson's in the house. Will Rucker, look at all you guys, man. You guys are just over here just making it happen, dropping them like it's hot. Ron W says, so what? Show us what them Ranger panties do, Matt. Dude, I ain't even wearing Ranger panties. I'm just wearing regular shorts. I was out enjoying it a damn evening with my family. Can't even do that without having freaking Trump decide to bomb Iran. Not that we all didn't see it coming. AP Payne coming in, gifting out 10 Speak the Truth memberships. Easton House says, breaking news, a federal judge has ordered Trump to rebuild Iran's nuclear facility. Oh my God. The amount of misinformation, stop. The amount of misinformation that's flown around right now about all of this is just absolutely unreal. So I'm going to give you guys currently what we actually know. We know that not only did we drop the 6 GBU 57s, and that comes from Hannity saying that he spoke with the White House. So we dropped 6 GBU 57s on top of the Isfahan facility. There is no confirmed video footage of that yet. So if you guys are seeing video footage of reportedly what is supposed to be Isfahan, hold on. Got to get myself centered on camera. What is supposed to be Fordo being lit up by GBU 57s. None of those videos are confirmed. And truthfully, even the one that I just saw shared on like J-Post. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a huge video on this yesterday. There is a massive mountain range in the background. It's actually sitting on a mountain. And all of these videos that are coming out, one was from Syria. You know what? Like, I'll show you guys those like false videos here in just a sec. James coming in, Jamie O'Rourke coming in, giving out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. So mountain phase engaged, Rangers lead the way. I don't remember having B2 support in mountains, man. I don't. I really don't. I kind of wish I did at one point in time, but no, we definitely didn't get B2 support when I was in mountains. Maybe they changed things. I don't know. It's been over a decade since I've been there, but here's the only statement right now officially that we end up having out from Trump, other than what Sean Hannity said, where he ended up speaking with him. And that would be this right up here that's on your screen. He says, we have completed a very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Nahanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iranian airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site for Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congrats to our great American warriors. There's not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention on this matter. Just, hey, we bombed the shit out of Iran. Thanks for your attention on this matter. Oh, man, it's like the one time he's diplomatic. Chris Ferguson, are you going to be able to broadcast Trump speaking live without getting a copyright strike? Yeah, it's actually, believe it or not, is broadcasted from the White House. And so I actually have that feed that's pulled up on this computer that's like right over here. So I can, like, it's split screen so I can see it when it goes live. I also have it set right up over here. Just so you guys know, this is where MSM and everybody ends up pulling those feeds from, and we can refresh it. But again, he doesn't go live for like another 10 minutes. And normally before that feed even goes live, they'll show the cameras and stuff like that spinning up on it, and you'll see an empty room. So we'll know as it's coming up. We should be able to hear them pop up. So yeah, not a big deal. We'll have that feed going up. Eddie Denturi coming in, gifting out a Speak the Truth membership. Greatly appreciate you guys, everybody that's coming in doing it. Now, the one thing that actually did end up coming out of this, and I want everybody to calm the hell down, because this was just the beginning. Iran did come out today, and not Iran, the Ayatollah actually came out, and he threatened everybody. He said the USA entering war is 100% to its own detriment, and that is straight from freaking Khamenei.
آمریکایی‌ها اونایی که با سیاست‌های این منطقه آشنا هستن میدانند که ورود آمریکا در این قضیه 100% به ضرر اوست. آنچه که او در این زمینه ضربه خواهد خورد به مراتب بیشتر است از آنچه که ایران ممکنه صدمه آمریکا اگر ورود در این میدان بشه، ورود نظامی در این میدان رو مانه صدمه جبران ناپذیر خواهد بود بدون تردید.
So there's that, right? There's that. Iran's going to come back. They will answer back from this. They absolutely will. Iranian state TV came out and said that every American citizen or military in the region is now a legitimate target. All right. Like, I know there's a lot of celebration and everything like that that's going on right now. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm just letting you guys know, yeah, it's great. We blew the shit out of that site. But the simple fact of the matter is that there's people that are breathing right now that might not be within the next 24 hours. And everybody needs to take that very seriously. It is great. We are America. Yeah. But I'm telling you this right now, there is that possibility that's going down and everybody needs to remain calm. Nick Aguirre says, did we really use submarines? That's what I heard. That's sick. Yeah. We used a buttload of Tomahawks. So we used the 30,000-pound MOPS, the massive ordnance penetrators, on Fordo. Isfahan and Natanz ended up getting a bunch of Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, right? So I'm not sure who ended up launching all of those, but I do know that those ended up going out and destroying those other two sites. Travis Fowler says, do we know if any Russian scientists have been harmed in these attacks? No, Travis, that information has not came out yet. That's actually a very excellent question. For those of you guys that don't know, Russia came out the other day and said that they told Israel that they have like upwards of 200 nuclear scientists and physicists, what the hell ever those freaking nerds are, pushing up their glasses, right? Those guys that were over on the sites, and Israel said that they wouldn't harm them. Then the USA entered the chat. So we'll see what ended up happening there with that. Matt Newman coming in with $4.99. He says, a Fordo strike was big enough to be seen from a macro satellite. What comes next? You know, I did see that. Matt Newman, I did see that report, and that report, the issue that I have with that was I got the first information of that strike going down right after 6, like right after, it'd be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right? That's when I ended up getting the information that's when that strike occurred. Okay. So with that being said, those satellite timestamps they said came in at like, I forget what the hell it was, man. I have to go double check. Hold on. Let me go see if those are actually accurate. I've been tearing through a lot of information. So I'll give you the time frame on that for when those came in here in just a sec. Oh, come on, dude. Why are you on the wrong chat now? Of course you're on the wrong chat. Why wouldn't you be on the wrong chat? Jeez, for the love of freaking goodness gracious, man. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it is possible those ones did come very close. So those ones actually could be accurate images of the strike taking place. Now that I think about it, Easton House Fordo is now forgone. Well, yeah, we shall see, right? We'll see what it looks like. You know, there's people saying that, you know, based off of some of these videos, which I'm about to show you, that, oh my God, the mountain is completely gone. That's your thought process, is that the mountain is completely gone, not is this video actually accurate? To give you guys an idea of what it is exactly that I'm talking about with the mountain being completely gone. Oh, look at that. A bunch of these dorks ended up deleting their posts. Here we go. Here's another one. This allegedly, all right, this allegedly is one of the strikes over on Fordo. It's not. At least not that I'm aware of, because the mountain isn't in existence. Just to give you guys an idea of the crap that's out there right now. Now, it very well could be like one of the outlying areas of Fordo, and it's really dark, but I would expect to see that mountain range lit up in the back, and I don't. All right, nor do I see this explosion going off inside of a mountain, nor do I see rocks and stuff being flung everywhere. That's just not what it is. Whoopsies, Iran got more sand. Well, they've got a lot of, I mean, they could start a gravel business right now. That's for dang sure. Nick Aguirre says Zelensky must be kicking and screaming. Yeah, I'd be pissed too if I was Zelensky. But at the same time, this is different than Russia, right? Sky God coming in, gifting out 20 Speak the Truth memberships. Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate that. And Government CHZ says, no doubt they were helping with the weaponization process. Guess they shouldn't have been there. Yeah, I would agree with that statement as well. So yeah, I mean, personally looking at those videos, I know the J Post ended up coming out and stating that it was this guy, who I'm not going to give credit to, ended up saying that he witnessed it and he happened to have his camera on like right before it and all this other BS. No, listen, these are the 3 sites that the USA ended up striking. Okay. And reminding you guys right now, in about 5 minutes, we're waiting for the White House to start turning on. I'm over here refreshing the screen and everything that I'm speaking. So the main site for Doe, which is the northernmost site that you guys see right here, this is the one that ended up getting the 30,000 pound bunker busters. It's now being reported 6 of them, right? 6 of the bunker busters. Uh-oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, he's getting ready to come up live. I'm waiting for it. I've got it pulled up. Let me make sure that, let me refresh this because it's starting. So they're saying that they're going to begin shortly. I don't see it starting yet, but I'll take the volume on. That way we hear it when it comes up. Let me go back to this location. So Craig Morris coming in and gifting out a Speak the Truth membership. Thank you. So those are the 3 sites. The Tomahawks ended up slamming into Isfahan and Natanz. Now, both of those sites had been previously struck by Israel, to the best of my knowledge, numerous times, lit up and on fire. But what we know is for Doe, it got the bunker busters. These bottom 2 down here ended up getting the Tomahawks. And again, Trump came out and said that everybody, all the U.S. personnel ended up making it out alive. Hannity actually ended up coming out with this report a little bit earlier, saying that he actually spoke with Trump, and that's where we're getting those numbers from. Co Cagle coming in and giving out 5 Speak the Truth memberships.
Fox News alert. I just spoke to the President of the United States. I have some new information and breaking details to share about tonight's what is historic air campaign. Now, tonight, Iran's nuclear ambitions, they are officially dead. It appears the United States just completely obliterated Iran's top secret Fordo nuclear facility with 6 huge bunker buster bombs. It was originally speculated that you would only need 2. It turns out they used 5 to 6, dropped from America's stealth B-2 bombers. And that's not all. 2 other major Iranian nuclear sites, Natanz and Esfahan, were wiped out with 30 Tomahawk missiles launched by American submarines some 400 miles away. Everyone is out of harm's way for now. That does not mean that American assets in the region are not at risk, and we are monitoring the Iranian response or potential response all throughout the night.
So to give you guys an idea of how much money that would have actually costed, I ran the numbers a little bit earlier before I actually came on the stream. I don't know if any of you guys actually give a shit, but I mean, I think it's just a cool little factoid that everybody knows here. You're talking each one of those 30,000 pound bunker busters carries around 5,300 pounds of explosives. That would have taken 3, all right, B-2 Spirit bombers. They can each only carry 2. All right, that is their max capacity of 2 of these massive bombs. It's 60,000 freaking pounds that these things are hauling up through the sky, right? So each of them carries 2. That would have cost the U.S. an estimated, just for those 3 planes dropping 6 bombs. Those 6 bombs, not the planes, not the flight, not any of that, just the 6 bombs cost an estimated 21 million US dollars. Again, we are waiting on the White House to come up here any second for Trump's address to the nation. Sun Wukong says, also, how's Qatar feel about this? Candace and Tucker must be mad. Yeah, well, they're idiots. Sean Hughes, courtesy of the red, white, and blue mat. Hell yeah, brother. Sun Wukong coming in, gifting out 5 additional Speak the Truth memberships. Thank you guys very much. Travis Fowler coming in, gifting out a Speak the Truth membership as well. Again, we are standing by, waiting on Donald Trump to come in, and just wanted to give you guys some updates on all of those different things as we sit here and wait for them all to come in, have a little bit more. Again, Trump conducting foreign policy via Truth Social and Twitter. Sky God coming in with 50. Says, can we just get the USA, USA, USA chant out of the way real quick? Yeah, I mean, I'll do it right now. If you guys want to do it along with me at home, you're more than welcome. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to celebrate early. Again, I expect Iran to retaliate. They will. They're going to. And they, like I had stated earlier, they said that all U.S. citizens in the region are targets now. Right? So that's very, very real. You guys go to USA, USA. USA, right? But again, we're waiting on Trump to come in. Just FYI, all right? So that is the extent of the cost of what those freaking things are. It's freaking massive. To give you guys an idea about all of the freaking bombs that ended up like I don't think people realize just how vast Iran's nuclear facilities are, but there's a ton of them. All right, a massive ton. Now, Iran came out and said that they moved their uranium enrichment facilities, or I'm sorry, their enriched uranium somewhere else prior to all these bombings happen. It's like they saw the writing on the wall. They knew we were going to do it. I think everybody knew, minus the people with their eyeballs covered. But we all kind of knew that was going to go down, right? I don't know who else, but yeah, Israel's been striking the crap out of all these different sites. And everything up there with like the strikes, like you guys, we've been blasting the crap out of them. All right. We have reports of Iranian boats being sunk this morning, all sorts of other stuff going on. About 3 hours. No, it was more than that. I don't know. I'd probably say about 6 or 7 hours ago, we ended up getting reports of some gunfire taking place outside of Fordo. And I just wrote that off as people being antsy. GFR York coming in with 20. He says, everyone is calling for Trump's impeachment. Mention of impeachment. Unfortunately, do you speak English? GFR York? To be done. How do you feel about the backlash is now? Bro, I don't know if you are drunk. I don't know if you are high. I don't know if you got into Hunter Biden's freaking stash, man, but that is not English. I mean, it is English, but yeah, so as far as this goes, I mean, Trump is like, listen, declaring war, that goes down to Congress, right? But we haven't declared war in a very, very long period of time. You're talking like, what is it now, 1980 plus years? Last time the U.S. officially declared war, right? And the United States president does have the authorization to do things such as this. I'm not going to look at the specific titles and codes and everything else and the different laws that have been passed that allow him to do it, but it is the case, all right? If we sat back and waited to drop a bomb every single frickin' time we have in history, wars would be over by then. I mean, ask Ukraine how it feels to sit around and wait for the United States government to get off their butt and pass legislation. Hucknewt, love the content, Banana Gang forever. Yeah, the bottom line is, as far as I'm concerned, I think a lot of other people are concerned, this was well within his presidential authority in order to do so. Sean Cam coming in says, I love that I heard it here first. Lots of respect for everything you do, Matt. Longtime Canadian viewer. Yeah, guys, and I'll let you guys know if something like this happens, trust me, I've got enough people that just text me. I definitely don't need all of the DMs. All right, looks like Trump's about to go live right now. We're going to go over there and give him a listen. He's walking up to the stage as we speak. So I'm going to go ahead and blow him up big screen and let you guys just listen in to him.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's it. That's it. Come on, man. Man. I was expecting way more trash talk. I think that's actually a bad sign, if you want my personal opinion, that Trump knows that there's going to be retaliation coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is his report on it. Yeah, I mean, you heard him. If they end up retaliating, it's going to be far worse and far easier. I mean, he didn't even like try to pretend like it wasn't going to happen. I mean, he's just like, yeah, FAFO, right? So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. All the information that I presented to you guys earlier is 100% accurate to the best of my knowledge. Hucknewt says, love the content, Banana Gang forever. Uh-oh. Of course, I go to click on your guys' freaking stuff and my screen ends up white. Now, give me a sec. YouTube's doing YouTube thing again. I'm trying to read you guys' dang comments. GFR York, brother. Oh, GFR York, you make my day, buddy, you really do. You really make my day. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin with all these super chats. I'll just start reading them north until I get back to where I remember. GFR York coming in, dropping an American flag. Sun Wukong says, that's my president right there. Although he loves a deal, he understands peace through strength, not appeasement. Wars won't end, but neither will the U.S. military. MT says, super chat for Matt being right. Yeah, I told you guys it was going to happen. I mean, it's just a matter of time. And again, the time has now come. Jessica H says, was the reports of an earthquake earlier today in Iran? I'm not aware. I didn't see any, but I've also been a little out. I was out climbing in the mountains today. What happened to No New Wars? Seabass Smith, this isn't a new war. This is peace through strength. And so perhaps you missed the second part of that, which was strength. Right. In order to get shit done in the Middle East, you have to speak the same language of them. And the language in the Middle East is violence. Right. The currency of the Middle East is violence. And clearly, Iran was not going to stop enriching uranium. It was very clear that they're on their way to building a bomb. I don't know what to tell you, man. If for some reason you want Iran to have a nuclear weapon and you can think of a better way to prevent them from getting one, you let me know. Danny Golan says, aren't those tomahawks a waste of money? No, they are not. Those tomahawks are actually very effective. 2000 Lamar says, may God protect our troops. I'm praying for them. Travis Fowler coming in, gifted out a Speak the Truth membership. Taras says, is this the end of the argument of people who say stealth aircraft are obsolete and drones plus missiles are the only way forward? No. No, it's not. They're going to continue on with that chat for as long as humanly possible. But drones are a way forward, but stealth aircraft are always we need them. That's why we have the B-21, right? We came out with a brand new stealth bomber for that very reason. Sean Hughes, courtesy of the red, white, and blue, Matt. Sun Wukong also has Qatar. Okay, I think I'm caught up now. Sky God says, climbing the mountains. Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. So for all of you guys that want to pants check me today, just because I know you guys are over there, and I actually appreciate your guys' restraint for not pants checking me during this live feed. I appreciate you guys so much. I just want to prove to you guys, this was me earlier today. Look at those pants, man. Look at that. I was wearing pants earlier today. Can't make it up. I had pants on. How about them apples? And I still have pants on right now. That is just a fact. Tyler Kennedy coming in with $1.99 saying, meow. I think he just wanted to hear me meow. Random Grenade says, I'm hearing fireworks around my house in South Carolina. You probably are. It is, I don't want to say it's a time to celebrate, ladies and gentlemen, but it is one of those things. Sun Wukong says, I'd like to hear isolationists explain if you're not at war with them, but they are with you. Are you at war? Yes, you absolutely are. Alex Shaw said, do you believe this could be steps towards boots on the ground war? I do not. I do not. This is not going to be a boots on the ground war. No. Kenley Sanders says, God bless our troops and our country. You know what, man? Alex, I have to go back. There is a couple instances where I could see this turning into a boots on the ground war, which is Ayatollah just won't give up. There is going to be no regime change. They're going to continue to attack for the unforeseeable future until they're just bombed into oblivion. And for some ungodly reason, I mean, I put a very small percentage on it, and I mean very small percentage that we would have to put boots on the ground. Very, very small. Dude's asking about another man in pants. That's sad. I totally agree with you, man. Level Patton says, pray for our boys and girls overseas. That is probably what needs to be happening right now, if we're going to be perfectly honest. Thank you for sharing your fat. I'm fat. Why am I fat, dude? Like, I'm not fat at all, dude. Where's the fat on that? Where's that fat, man? There's no fat in there. There's no fat there. Come on, man. Give me a break. Yeah, no, but yeah, our troops overseas, our civilians overseas, our military personnel that are over there right now, make no mistake about it, they are in harm's way. Iran's got plenty of short-range ballistic missiles left. If all we did was target those 3 sites and then break the wrist, walk away, and walk out, which I doubt is going to be the case. I know for a fact we've moved a lot of aircraft over into the region, including F-22 fighter jets and several other assets. It's going to be a showdown. But Iran's not coming out on the winning side of that. PJ says, Matt, I couldn't be prouder of the U.S. and this move. Same here, man. I'm glad we finally grabbed our balls and did it, but the reality of the situation is what it is. Colton Belcher, how protected are we on mainland USA? Honestly, I think we're doing okay. I saw a super chat in there about Sarah Adams talking about the sleeper cells. For some reason, when my screen kicked over and refreshed, it's not in there. Listen, I respect Sarah Adams for what she's done for our country, but since she started coming out talking about these invisible vests or these undetectable vests, I kind of lost all respect in that aspect of her as an analyst, anything of that nature. I have had the luxury to read over that report, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a bunch of bullshit, and I'm surprised nobody else has called her on it yet. So how's that? I mean, that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have one. I think she's fear-mongering. You want my opinion? I think she's fear-mongering. Sky God, Bunker Gang time. If you subscribe, you're safe. If not, yeah, subscribe. Maybe you'll get some accurate information, right? Welcome to the bunker. If you guys haven't been here before, here is where I like to put out great, accurate information for you guys every time stuff goes down. That's really about it as far as this bombing goes. I will try to give you guys an update tomorrow morning as more accurate information comes out. If I have accurate information, I will put it out. Guys, you have my word. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're a true supporter. If you're not a true supporter, you definitely should become one. It costs you about $5 a month. You definitely want to get in that club. GFR York, welcome, my friend. Welcome, dude. I heard, I saw it and it disappeared on the screen, GFR York, by the way, where it said like you were using text to speak, got kids running around. 100%. I'm there with you, my friend. Matt, you and John McPhee should re-up, take care of crap. Yeah, you know, I think both of us have earned our retirement, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't think John's in the mood to go back to war anytime soon either. I've been here since before the mucker. Hell yeah, Brian. Hell yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go enjoy some family time. I suggest you guys do the same. I have absolutely zero doubt more stuff's going to end up coming out later on. If it does, and you see me go live, make sure your notifications are turned on, because if I go live between now and Monday morning, some ish is going down. So make sure your notifications turned on. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'll give you the accurate information. Don't you worry about it. Try not to get caught up in all the BS that's out there floating around online. If it's accurate, I'll let you guys know. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace.